Each week at Practical English, we send out an IELTS essay title to our subscribers. And then the following week, I send out my version of that essay to everyone so that they can compare their own work to it. And it's a really nice way of practicing together and coming together to write exams and get some weekly practice in. Now, what I want to do today is take a look at one of those essays I've written that I think is a Band 9 essay and have a look at exactly why that essay is a Band 9 essay. So the first part of the IELTS grading is task response. To get a Band 9 for task response, there are two criteria. And the first one is to fully address all parts of the task. That means you answer the whole of the question. And then the second bit, it says, presents a fully developed position in answer to the question with relevant, fully extended and well-supported ideas. So that means all of the ideas you're writing down in your body paragraphs are really well built up and go into a lot of depth, and you don't go off on any tangents and you don't get confused anywhere. And we can see in this essay, which you can find down in the description, that we have a really clear response to the question. So in the introduction, I say, in this essay, I will agree with this view. First, because working for yourself allows you to set your own priorities, and second, because it allows people to earn more money. So if we look at this bit of the introduction, we can actually see that it presents a very clear answer to the question. You know exactly what my point of view is. And also it gives you the reasons why very early on. Now, if we scroll down and take a look at the body paragraphs, we can see that both of these are also really well developed. So for each of these, we can see that I have clear arguments, explanations, and examples for each one, and I go into plenty of detail. Now, taking a look at the conclusion, I repeat both of my reasons, and then I give my point of view again at the end. So all of this essay is kind of working towards one central argument, and I repeat that at the beginning and the end, and both of my body paragraphs also work to support that argument. If you're interested in learning to write like this and to make your points really clear in that way, you can check out a link to our free IELTS self-study course in the description of this video. So the second part of IELTS writing grading is coherence and cohesion. So to get a Band 9 for this one, there are also two criteria, and they say, uses cohesion in such a way that it attracts no attention, skillfully manages paragraphing. So what that means is basically that all of your ideas in the essay stick together and are well organized into paragraphs. So let's have a look at how I've gotten a Band 9 for coherence and cohesion with this essay. So in the introduction, I've got this short little sentence here, and this is called a thesis statement. And what that does is it essentially tells you what my main idea for the whole of the essay is going to be. After that, you can see that I've given what my main points of the essay are going to be. So what you can see here is really that the introduction coheres or kind of sticks together with the two main points of my body paragraphs. Now, if we take a look at this first body paragraph, we can see that I've also structured this one very carefully. Now, the first sentence of both of your body paragraphs is called a topic sentence, and that tells you what the rest of the paragraph is going to be about. So in the introduction, we have the thesis statement, which tells you what the whole of the essay is about. And then in each paragraph, we have a topic sentence, which tells you what the topic of that paragraph is. Basically, the job of the rest of the paragraph is to support or to prove that that first sentence is true. The first one of these sentences gives you an explanation of what I mean by that topic sentence. The next one gives you a reason why I think it's true. And then this final sentence here is an example. And these explanations, reasons, and examples are basically the three types of supporting sentences you might use in your IELTS writing. So good paragraphs in academic writing are very strongly about one idea. And you can see that that's pretty much what I've done with these body paragraphs here. And the idea is expressed very clearly at the start, and then everything is linked back to that idea. The third criteria for IELTS writing is called Lexical Resource. And that's all about what type of language you're using in your IELTS writing. So for a Band 9, the criteria say, uses a wide range of vocabulary with very natural and sophisticated control of lexical features. Rare minor errors occur only as slips. The first thing to keep in mind here is we need to make very, very few mistakes. And I've checked this really carefully. I don't think there are any mistakes in there. The second thing to say about Lexical Resource is that I've tried to use a wide range of vocabulary. And I've also tried to use vocabulary that goes together naturally. So there are a lot of phrases in here that just tend to go together in the English language. We call them a collocation. So in this essay, you can see break free from the traditional workplace, pick and choose, extracted as profit, and fruits of their labor. Now, if we take an example of this like pick and choose, it's really, really rare in English. You will never hear choose and pick. It's always pick and choose. So that might be an example of a word or a set of words that always go together in a certain way. And so I've used these type of collocations, words that go together, to really show off my English language ability in this essay. And that's one of the reasons why I might get a band 9. Another example of range and lexical accuracy is that in this essay, we're talking about freelancers a lot. And it would get tired really, really quickly if I just said freelancer, 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 freelancer. And so what I've done is I've tried to use a wider range of words to express the idea. So of course we have freelancer, but we also have entrepreneur, we have self-employed, and we have working for yourself. And so you can see that wide range of words for the same idea in this essay. And that's another way you can include more range into your IELTS rating. The fourth part of IELTS grading is grammatical range and accuracy. And for a band 9, what we need to do is use a wide range of structures with full flexibility and accuracy. Rare minor errors occur only as slips. So once again, I'm pretty sure there are few to no grammatical errors in this essay, which is a very important starting point for a band 9. However, we also need to make sure we're using a wide range of grammatical structures and also that we're showing off complex grammatical structures in our writing. Now, something I always say is that complex and complicated are two different things. A complicated sentence is going to be a really long sentence that's hard to understand. But a complex sentence doesn't have to be that long. It just has to be skillfully put together or hard to put together. And with grammar, that usually means you're including more than one idea in a sentence and you're showing the relationship between those ideas. So let's take a look at a couple of examples of that. So this sentence here says, if you are a freelancer, you have, to some extent, the option to pick and choose what work you do. So this is a good example of a complex sentence. It's not especially long, but it contains a lot of ideas and it shows the relationship between those ideas. The next one here says, while some people may want to prioritize earning as much money as possible, others will opt to take on projects that interest them or that will allow them to have more free time. And so in this sentence, the word while shows the relationship between those two ideas again. And what we can see is actually all the way through this essay, I've used that type of complex sentence, but I've also used lots of different types of complex sentence. I've not just used if, or while. There are a few different types of these, and by mixing it up a little bit, you can start to score a really high band score for grammatical range and accuracy. So that is why this essay gets a band 9. Now, if you found this video useful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe down below. And you can also find a link down there to our free IELTS writing self-study course, which is going to take you through the steps you need to go through to write essays in this kind of way and to get a really high score for your IELTS writing. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'd love to see them and I'd love to give you an answer to them.